Okay, good morning and welcome back to the London Times. It is 2 a.m. Eastern now, and let's get started straight away with the Euro USD 4-hour time frame. Nothing much has changed from the last session. Just about 20 points from 1.0940 that what we saw in the Tokyo Sydney overlap. It is now trading around 1.0960. So possibly it might be working on a potential sideways move, or this one is a potential sideways move, and I think possibly we might have one more low. Now we've just changed the degree a bit actually. Uh, the sub minute wave 5 just fell short of. It could be possible that it just fell short of the Fibonacci 0.618 on Friday or Thursday, and now prices are unfolding maybe as a combination, uh, possibly into the minute wave 4, which we have moved from the other side. All right, so that could be one more low in the making, probably in the zone of 1.0785, which could be minute wave 4, and after that we we could see yet another rally materializing back towards minute wave 5, which could also terminate minute wave 3. All right, so if we kind of adjust the Fibonacci extensions as we did in the dollar index last session, then here it is. Maybe we can, that is minute 1, so let's pick it up from here, and then let's push it through the minute wave 5 and back towards 4. So 1.1475 is it? Let's remove the previous one and let's focus now on. So now we are done with potential minute wave 3. Minute wave 4 is underway, and once it's done, possibly we are moving higher towards 1.1475 in the next wave. All right, that could be minute wave 3 and then 4 and 5 again. So by the time minute wave 5 completes, we should be comfortably trading, or we should be at least around 1.16, 1.17 in the euro. Alright, so slight change in the wave structure and wave counts, and but the trading point of view, we are not changing anything at all. We are holding longs in the portal. In fact, we might want to build further if it drops towards 1.08 levels, minute wave 4, and the stop loss still remains around minute wave 1, 1.05, with a potential target of around 1.15 up there. All right. So the risk reward ratio kind of still remains around 400 points towards 500, 600 points, possibly 1.1 is to 1.5. All right, and that's a reasonable risk reward ratio. But don't please go for an intraday or a short term trading. We are just around 8th of April. Maybe it can take some more time, or this week, to complete wave 4 of minute degree, and then for the rest of April, it could rally through minute wave 5, which is also minute wave 3, around 1.15. Right. So that's the structure, that's the story in the Euro USD. Let's move on to the dollar index now. Okay, so we've already, so that's the 4 hour chart for dollar index up on your screens now. In the last session, we already adjusted the wave counts in the US dollar as prices rallied all the way towards 103 and 103 more than that actually. All right, so we we readjusted minute wave for potential termination around 103.45, and if that is correctly done, uh, the minute wave 2 was quite a bit. I think it was also sharp, so maybe minute wave 4 might want to take a bit complex corrective structure. It could be a triangle or an expanded flat or anything of a combination. But we've just readjusted counts here. Minute wave 4 in the making, and then we would look for prices to decline towards 98.25 for minute wave 5 terminate around 98, close to 98 levels. Alright, that would also be the minute wave 3 before minute wave 4 and 5 unfold around the rest of the April series. And by the end of the April series, maybe prices would be looking to drop through the minute wave 5, which is probably pointing towards 95, 96 levels going forward. All right. So that is the story, and trading from the trading point of view, we would still like to emphasize that uh, you can initiate short positions around 103.20, and where prices are trading right now, it's just dropped below 103 handle as we speak. But you can still initiate short positions with the potential stop loss around 106, 107, and thereafter you can take it lower towards 98.25. All right. So that is the story as we move into the London Times for the dollar index. Prices are actually tripping lower as we speak, and it is quite possible that wave 4 might have just completed. All right. So we'll just look out for a potential short entry again around 102.90, 103 levels. Right. While if you are holding already positionally holding the short positions, then it is absolutely perfect to continue doing so, and prices would certainly follow through towards 98.25 going forward. All right, so that's the story in the dollar index. But tell you what, we're still not completed. We are still not completed the drop which we are looking for. I mean, it's 98.25, not only 98.25, but prices are expected to drop towards 97, 96, and going forward. All right. That is the April series. Possibly by April, if prices manage to drop around 97, 96, then we should be able to find, or dollar index should be able to find good support coming in at the Elliott channel there. And beginning May, it can reverse actually and turn bullish again. But at least until the May, I think at least until the rest of the April series, bears should remain in control going forward. All right. Okay, the next one is GBP USD. As we discussed in the previous session, prices might have dropped more than expectations, but it could be still defined as a potential wave 4. I mean, it's right, it's trading right at the trend line support as well. All right, it's for the first time we have seen that pound. Basically, I think it's because of the gold effect, where the Aussie dollar and pound might be just a bit linked with less on the lesser side. We would say pound on the lesser side fundamentally, but go more than less than the Aussie dollar, which is more tied up to gold movements. But this is what we have seen in pound. The drop has been possibly due to gold, but technically speaking, it is still wave 4 of a minute degree, and till the time prices stay above 1.2526, would still be wave 4 of a minute degree, and possibly we are now moving. Let's find out the extensions. I think it should be around 1.39 or 1.34, close to 1.34. That was what was coming out yesterday, I mean last session. So 1.3420 would be the next potential target for GBP USD. In fact, we are not entering pound in the portal, but since we are already following it up, and those traders, when those who are still interested in trading positions and taking positions here, the risk reward ratio being offered right now is far better than what we were discussing earlier. So with the stop at 1.25 and long positions around 1.27, 29, 28 right now, it could be taken all the way towards 1.34 going forward. All right, so it's about 250 points of risk versus 600 points of reward up there. All right, so that is the story in pound, but the bottom line is 1.25, so your stop loss should ideally go around 1.25. If prices decline or drop below 1.25, uh, it would be an indication of a potential change in what we have been discussing as a rally or a continued rally, right? Okay, gold. Just adjusting gold 4-hour charts right now in front of your screens. If you look at the wave counts, it is minor wave 3, 4, which can be seen correctly, and I'm just adjusting or trying to adjust the screen for minor wave 5. There you go. So we were anticipating minor wave 5 to be extended around the 3260. We are still not completely ruling out the possibility of bulls coming back into picture, but the recent sub waves that we have seen after minor wave 4 complete, we've got 5 waves clearly, where minute wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and also in terms of the Fibonacci ratios, minute wave 5 possibly completed around 3100, and prices extended through 3165, which is again the Fibonacci 0.618 extension of the minute wave 5 within. All right, the sub-minute, the minute degree 5 waves within the minute wave 5. So we also cannot rule out, we are keeping our options open, but we are also not ruling out a possibility of a major reversal in the making. We are still contemplating a potential impulse wave lower I think we are wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, possible wave 4 and 5 is still underway, or wave 4 is taking a rather complex shape after wave 2 ended as a flat. All right, that could be the story here. And the next level of the next level, ideally logically, should be around 2830 mark, which is wave 4 of a lesser degree here. All right, you see around 2830. We would be inclined to sell around slightly higher levels, not right now, but possibly towards 3030, 3050. I mean, those are the levels where we would be more inclined to initiate short positions again to the portal. But right, so as it is now clearly seen, after booking profits, I mean, one of the single highest profits in one day last Friday in gold, uh, we would be more inclined to again keep selling on rallies around 3030, possibly 3050, 3080 as well going forward. All right, so right now we are flat in gold. We have like to remain flat, but I think bears are still not done on the south side. They're possibly targeting towards 2830 going forward. All right, so watch out for the short positions being pushed in the portal in just a moment, maybe during the New York, but we would be more inclined to go short around 3050 kind of a zone. All right, and again, the wait continues for Bitcoin, where the impulse. Now that's the let's bring it up the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin, and there you are. So as we discussed in the last session in a brief manner, Bitcoin might have now completed the required impulse lower, and we would be more inclined to sell between 86 and 93 now, after the counter trend rally or counter trend rally materializes. It's not a good place to either buy or sell right now. We are at the lowest in recent times. So please allow some time for Bitcoin to pull back before we enter short positions again. And as discussed, let's look at the Dow Jones quickly. Now is that could be yet another example of one wonderful example of how wave 3 would unfold. Now that is, if you look at the wave degrees, it's wave 1, wave 2, and then 1 of 3 and 2 of 3, and that's the third of third wave, which could be complete. All right, and we might see wave 4. So we've got wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So wave 3 is extending, and it's already hit the first target around 36,000. The next one to be taken out should be around the 33,000 mark. But I think it's not going to happen so soon. We might get another chance, but to sell around 40,000 going forward. But tell you what, the bear market is completely looking set now. Remember those Fibonacci extensions which we had plotted earlier, and it was looking like a random random hypothesis, or more of an hypothesis rather than a potential reality. And now when we see prices already hanging on there, it has changed the entire perspective or ball game. Actually, 33,000 doesn't look more far. In fact, I would say 28,000 would also not be surprising at all right now. All right, it remains to be seen if that is wave, if wave 1 of 3, which would complete by April, and then we again go back towards the 40,000 mark. But selling on rallies is definitely on cards in the Dow Jones. All right. But we will just wait for prices to retrace a bit more before doing so, before entering on the short side again. All right, so let's bring it a pause here, and we'll be back again in a few hours to touch base in the New York session 2, and we'll take the stories forward from there on. All right, and as always, thank you again for tuning in, and we'll be back until the next one. As always, please do take care and God bless. Goodbye.